Hey everybody, this is Trisha Sheehan from Contain the Chaos. Thanks so much for your interest in my professional organization services. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what I offer and a little bit about myself to see if I can be of help to you. So I have been geeking on an organization since I was a kid, basically. My brother and my sister used to pay me to clean their rooms when we were kids. And I loved it and they loved it. And I've just really enjoyed over the years helping friends and families, members just when they're moving or just have something they need to get cleaned out or getting reestablished after a move. I just really enjoy it and have a knack for it. And I have recently completed some training with Marie Kondo in her method called the Konmari Method. You may have seen her videos on Netflix, Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, or if you might have heard of her best-selling book called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. So if you want to get a little more of a feel for her method, watching one of her shows on Netflix will give you a good indication. So basically the KonMari method's different than traditional organization because we do things by categories instead of by location. So instead of saying we're going to do your garage, we're going to do your bedroom, we say we're going to do clothes, books, papers, kimono, which is miscellaneous, and sentimental. The kimono category always includes the kitchen, and some other common categories include toys and tools, personal care products, linens, that sort of a thing. And the reason that we do it by category instead of location is that you might have, for example, toys might be in several different rooms of the house. And we really want to get them all together so we can really understand what you have and the amount and the type. And so you really see at one time what you own. And that way you really understand if you're having duplicates and that sort of a thing. So that's kind of the most basic difference between the method. The other big difference is in the mindset. So in the KonMari method, we do something called joy checking. And what joy checking means is you look at each item and you say, does this spark joy for me? When I see it, do I say, oh, I'm going to try to find something, a bracelet. You look at a bracelet, say, oh, I love this. I love this so much. I wear it, or it just, reminds me of who gave it to me, or reminds me of a occasion where I purchased it. And, I love this. This is a keep. And you might look at something else and say, this, I think it's kind of old. I'm not using it. It's not sparking joy for me. And so the things you end up keeping are kept with intention. You love it, you use it. And it's not being kept out of fear, like, oh, what if I need this someday? And that sort of mindset is totally different. So we use the joy checking method, and we start with clothes because that helps you kind of practice your joy checking while it's a little easier. And then by the time you get to the sentimental items, you've honed the skill of checking what sparks joy for you, and it becomes a little bit easier. And so I can tell you more about the KonMari method. If you have questions, please reach out to me or watch one of her episodes on Netflix, or you can read her book. But most people choose to hire a KonMari consultant rather than doing it on their own for the accountability and just to have a partner in it all, and just someone to really help you on site work through it. And it's easy to watch the show, and then it's also easy to not make it happen, right? So I would be there for you to help you make it happen, and also talk about systems and methods so that it's sustainable for you. So it's not that you're going to spend all this time tidying up and then in 2 weeks or a month, it's back to normal. So we talk about creating systems that will work for everyone who lives in your household. The other big thing is each person in the household would be responsible for their own belongings. So if you would like to work with me in the KonMari method, we will be working on your belongings. And if you have a partner or children, we would not be working on their things. They would work on their own things separately with my help, or once you learn the method, you might be able to help them either way. But if others in your household are resistant to the idea of having an organizer come in, just let them know that their belongings will not be included in the project. And then of course, there's some shared belongings, especially in the kitchen, that we can talk through the best way to work on those. So the other thing I'd like to say is coming into your house is a completely judgment-free zone for me. I truly do not judge what you have or how much you have or anything like that. And I actually require that you don't clean up before I arrive because I want to really see how everything is for you to be the most helpful. And I know that that's hard sometimes to have someone come in and it not be tidy, but I love mess and I love helping and I love knowing truly what you're struggling with. And if I see a certain area that tends to be the dumping zone, that will help me to learn how people function in your household and where things end up and why, and that'll help us create a better system. So here's what I'm offering while I'm a consultant in training with the Konmari Method. I have to get some practice in, and I'm offering some complimentary services to get these practice hours in. Just for a few short months. And then after that, I'll be kind of officially launching my business. So if you are interested in becoming a practice client, my only requirement is that I be allowed to take before and after pictures to submit to my teachers. And with your permission, I would anonymously use them perhaps on my website or social media, that sort of thing. But that would be your choice. My only bare minimum requirement is I'll be allowed to share them with my teachers to show that I did the work. I'm also looking for people who can commit because I can't get my certification until the process is complete. So I'm just asking for people who are sure they're ready to commit. And there's two options. The one option is to do the full Konmari method with me. For some people who are really motivated, like for example, if you have a move coming up, or maybe you have a new baby coming into the home or something like that, it can be done in just a few weeks. Some other people, it takes several months, just depending on how much homework you'll do in between our sessions. An example of homework might be, we talk about joy checking in your closet and you do your shoes on your own after we've already done your clothing. But so the time frame is up to you. But my request for these complimentary services is that you would be willing to complete them within 6 months. The other option, if you're not ready to do all of the categories, which again were clothes, books, papers, miscellaneous, and sentimental, if that feels like too much right now, you can also just choose one of those categories, anything except sentimental, and we can do just the one category together. So clothes, books, papers, and then under the kimono, you could pick everything in your kitchen, linens, toys, collectibles, tools, anything like that. And I would love to come help you out. Sessions are a minimum of 3 hours each. So we would just find a time where you could commit 3 hours to the process, and we'd meet a few different times, depending on if you choose just one category or the full method. And if I can answer any more questions for you, my email is sparkjoywithtricia@gmail.com. TRICIA, and my cell phone is 703-855-0949. I live in North Raleigh, and I'm willing to travel around the Triangle area. And if you need some help and live outside the Triangle area, I can offer virtual services as well. And we would do those over Zoom, and they would be about an hour and a half long per session. And you would do the decluttering and tidying on your own, but I would teach you the method and kind of walk you through it and send you your homework. So I thank you for your time and thank you for your interest in my services. And if I could be of any help to you, let me know. If you're looking for more traditional organizing help, I'll be offering that probably after June of 2022. More traditional services will include, you just need someone to come in and organize it for you and you're not really involved. So that sort of decluttering process and joy checking process is not included. And it just, gets, perhaps your pantry or your closet or your playroom just tidied up, which I can offer as well. But I will put a plug in for the Konmari method because it teaches you some skills to keep it up so that you don't have to hire an organizer every year, that kind of a thing. So I look forward to hearing from you, and feel free to share this video with others if you think that it would be helpful to them. Take care.